I am Nikhil Kumar and I am a student of Cambridge Institute of Technology. I am a student studying in the IS department, and today my presentation is about the internet users throughout history in the global world, that is from 1980 to 2020. First, I downloaded a file from kaggle.com for the internet users that are there, the dataset, and the name of the file is finding.csv. I uploaded it to my graph file, and I am using pandas, which is normally used for data manipulation and visualization. Now I read the file, and first is the date.get function, which shows the first five fields of the file. That is, first I will discuss all the labels that are present. That is our entity, which shows the country, and the countries are repeated because it shows the value for each year from 1980 to 2020. Now, the next is the cellular subscription, internet users, number of internet users, and broadband subscription. Cellular subscription and broadband subscription is the total number of subscriptions, and it takes a percentage compared to the population of the country. So, as you can see here, 88% is there for Zimbabwe, even though the number of internet users percentage is 30%. That is because it takes the number of subscriptions, and as some people have multiple subscriptions, it takes those as well. So the percentage for cellular subscriptions is different from the internet user percentage. Now, next the df.info. It shows each of the labels or columns and the values within them. So the range index shows that there are 8,867 entries, and the non-null count shows that there are 8,867 entries for each of them. That means there are no null entries in each of the columns. Now my first graph is to show the progress of our country, India, from 1980 to 2020 in terms of the cellular subscriptions only. Because as we all know today that mobile data is the most commonly used type of data in the country. The subscription was very low until the mid 2000s, and then it skyrocketed mainly because a lot of cellular services started coming up, like Airtel, Jio, Idea. Jio came much later though, which shows the peak around 2014 to 15. That is the time when those new subscriptions came out. Now, as you can see, there was a big peak at 2011 or 12, and then it slowed down a little bit, but then it has been rising consistently since then. Now, my next graph is to show the top 10 countries in terms of internet users in the year 2020, because that is the year that the data ends at, the data set. Now, as you can see, the countries arranged here, the highest two are China and India, which makes sense because of their high population, followed by United States. These are the top 3 countries in the world in terms of population, and the graph is in terms of billions. So the 0.6 shows that India has 600,000 internet population of internet users. And as you can see in the top 10 countries, most of them are, it's not said that it's from Western world or Eastern world. They have a consistent internet subscription. So it doesn't matter if your country is developed or less developed. The internet subscription is also based on the population. So countries which are less developed can still have a higher population of internet users because my next data set is to show the top 5 countries among them throughout the years. As you can see, the countries here, India seems competitive, but we can also see that some countries like the United States and Indonesia started much early compared to India, and that's why they have a higher rate. But we started around late 2000s and around 2003 and 4. So we peaked later, but we are still catching up. Now I want to compare the cellular and broadband subscriptions in our country throughout the years. Now the internet came to India a bit later compared to other countries. So broadband never had a chance to get a higher percentage of users. But the cellular by then had already dropped in prices so much that people just directly switched to cellular subscriptions. Therefore, we have a very minuscule amount of broadband subscription users. Compare that to a country like the United States, where the internet started much earlier and broadband subscriptions were still available at a cheaper price than compared to cellular subscriptions. So broadband subscription has a decently high usage rate compared to cellular subscription. It's still low, but compared to